Everybody, it's Ian Tyson and welcome to my Confined Kitchen. We're here in the small kitchen, can reach both sides with my arms, and we're also all kind of in confinement right now, so we're going to make some dinner, and this one's super inexpensive. What I wanted to look at is maybe a carb type option other than pasta, just maybe to try and change things up. So I'm going to make a polenta, a nice cheesy polenta, which is super inexpensive to make. I'm going to grill some chicken and make a bit of a simple sauce. So we're going to get that going. We'll start with the polenta. This should serve about 4 people. We've got a cup of milk. I'm going to do a cup of water. We're going to do that, and we're going to bring this to a boil, which got to keep a close eye on it because otherwise it gets out of hand pretty quickly. I'm going to salt that a little bit, and then we're going to get that going, and then we'll start chopping up some veg for the sauce. Okay. A little bit of salt and milk and water, cup each. We're going to get it going. So now we're going to chop up some veg that's going to go into the sauce that we're going to make. Where did I put that other pot? Oh, it's in here. Didn't take it out. Oops. Okay, so this pot is I don't know how many quarts. 2 quart. It's about this big when compared to my head. You know, that's about what it is. So we're going to do that, and in it we're going to put grab a knife. I had a little bit of an orange pepper left. So we're going to chop that up. I'm going to do some red pepper, maybe 2 sections of it. Cut that in half, and half again. So we got sections about like that. And then we're going to do a little simple chop. Just a nice chop. We want some good chunks in there. There's just a bit of red pepper and orange pepper I had left over in the fridge, so that makes it easy. Then I've got some Spanish onion. Just as Jamie Oliver would call a rough chop, okay? So we're just chopping it down to pieces about like that, okay? Got to keep an eye on this milk and water mixture because this sucker will boil over real easy, and we don't want that. Now, so again, it's a cup of milk, a cup of water, and then we're just going to add, if I was going to do this as grits, which I also love to make with cornmeal, I would do 1/3 of a cup to the 2 cups. I'm going to do a little bit more than half a cup of cornmeal to put in here to make the polenta. It'll be a little bit thicker. So I've got my cornmeal, kind of a medium ground. I'm just going to do a hefty half cup that way, and maybe a little bit more on the top end. I'm going to turn this other burner on low because that's going to be good for us later. Now, over here, I'm just going to grill some chicken. So we're just going to salt it and oil it, just to keep it pretty simple and straightforward. Let those get ready and we'll put them on the grill shortly. So this is getting close to boiling. We've got to be real careful with it because it will boil over real quick. But once it gets to a boil, we're going to take that off the high heat and put it on the low back there. So now we're just going to take this half cup, little hefty half cup with a whisk. We're slowly going to whisk it in just going to whisk that up, mix it in thoroughly. We're going to keep that at a nice low temp, right on minimum. And then we're going to cover this. What we're doing with that is we're going to keep whisking it about every 3 minutes for about 20 minutes. So back over here on the heat, that's now on our low heat in this 2-quart pot. We've got this all heated up. We're going to put some oil in there, onions and peppers. Get all that going, a little more oil, bit of salt, bit of pepper. I'm just working to the bottom of this pepper grinder. You're going to get this at about a 3/4 heat. Getting those onions nice and caramelized and the peppers done. Now, I've got some grape tomatoes. I'm going to cut those in half, throw them straight away into the pot, picking off any of the little green bits that are on there, but just straight in half. No big deal. And then we're just going to add, again, keep things inexpensive, we're going to add a tomato sauce to this. It's just going to make it really delicious and lovely. This is the kind of thing, especially in these days, to, you know, do something quick, easy, inexpensive. I had the chicken in the freezer, thawed it out, and now we're going to grill it up. The grape tomatoes were like $2 a package. We're not even going to use the whole package. Half a red pepper, maybe a 1/4 of an onion, if that. And the polenta is just cheap. I'm going to add just a hair more of this into there, and then just want in your mind, keep the timing of about 3 minutes. I'm just going to keep whisking that all together. So keep whisking it, get right around to the corners, get everything out. Well, corners, it's a round pan. There are no corners. Edges. Edges is the word I was looking for. Maybe a couple more tomatoes in here. A little bit more oil. Happy. It's all cooking down really nice. We're going to add some dried basil. We're going to add some Italian seasoning. And we're going to add some granulated garlic. Just keep mixing that up. Oh, that's smelling so good already. Okay, give the polenta a bit of a whisk. Really get in there and work those edges. Quick mix, boom, there you go. I'm going to grab the tomato sauce that I have. Just a store-bought tomato sauce, couple of bucks, easy peasy. We've got about half a container of the tomatoes left. We're going to save them for next time. And I will grab some tongs. And we'll put the chicken on the grill and put it on. Got three good sized chicken breasts here. Put those on, make sure they're all tucked in, and boom. May not be the way that panini grill was intended, but for 4 years, seriously, I've been cooking meat this way, and I love it. It's great. So we just want to make sure that's getting nice and cooked. I might even do just a dash of balsamic vinegar in there. Just gives it a nice little tang. A little extra something, something. We just want to get this down and reduced. Got a nice flavor going there. We've got the oregano and Italian seasoning, salt, pepper, olive oil, a little bit of balsamic. Just reducing them down, getting them cooked. Give that polenta another mix. Because of the thickness of this, I'm going to move on from the whisk now. What I'm probably going to want to do is get a spatula like this so that we can really get in and work it around, get everything out of those edges, not corners that we've established, because round pots don't have corners. They have edges. So this way we can really get everything out of there. It's going to be really nice and thick. And then we're going to add just some butter and cheese, maybe a little bit of garlic to that. It's going to be this nice thick base to put then the tomato sauce on. So the chicken's cooking, vegetables are reduced. We're just going to take a little bit of store-bought sauce. So we're just mixing the sauce right in. You know, it's inexpensive. It's something we can do at this time. I'll probably throw a little bit more in there.